When we commemorate any event, we look back and then look where we stand, and then we think where to proceed. India, since time immemorial, I'm quoting Shri Gurudev. India, since time immemorial, is specialized in the science of soul. In other words, spirituality. In ancient time, when I tell ancient time, I tell which history till now is silent. As I believe, and I hope future will also accept it through more study, Indian spirituality crossed the boundary of India and came worldwide when how to say, our modern science and technology was not existing, but there was technology. For example, the concept of Vishwa, Vishwa means the world. In one of the Vedic mantras, Krunantu Vishwam Aryam, let all the people in the whole world be Aryas. Don't get confused with last century's mishap, Hitler. Arya means noble, cultured, refined, well-mannered, and much more. Let the people of the entire universe, entire world, be cultured. It is not by converting, but by transforming. To me, yes, Columbus from Europe found the, water passage to North and South Americas, but it was discovered before, it was existing. And in South and North America, I will speak more south, there is evidence of very sophisticated and developed culture, civilization. So, to me, if you think of Asia to North and South America, it was not long way to come. If you think of Asia to Alaska to other part of Americas, is a very short water passage. Historical record tells Buddhism went eastward up to Japan. If Buddhism went eastward up to Japan, can you tell Buddhism did not go westward, only they looked towards east? If they came westward, up to where? Did their journey eastward stop in Japan, or they came even further? This is one question. We speak, Buddhism. If you think of eastward, Cambodia, eastward, Indonesia, Bali, and many other islands, eastward, Malaysia, if there is historical evidence of Hinduism, not just little thing, the temple in Cambodia, the culture in Indonesia, you'll be surprised to hear, although Indonesia is mostly, it is a country of Muslims, but their culture tells they are Hindus. The name of their airways is Garuda. Names they carry, Indian Hindu names, and so on, even if they're Muslims. Not only that, there is till now widespread folk tales, cultural narratives of Ramayana and so on. So if Hinduism spreaded, Hinduism is much before Buddha. If it went eastward like this, and did it not come westward? If we think in an open mind, it will be clear to us, surely it has come, but something has happened. I believe modern science and technology and open-mindedness of people to study history, archaeology, culture, ancient civilization, they will surely find long before, maybe thousands of years ago, not 2000, not 2500, even much before, the entire world was well communicated, connected. We are practicing Kriya Yoga. I hope we all believe in autobiography of Yogi. If we believe in autobiography of Yogi, a simple question: how did Sri Lahiri Mahasaya come to London and got the information of, the wife of the boss was unwell and gave exact information? How? It was not long ago. It is hardly 130, 40 years ago. 130, 40 years ago, it was. Recently, I read one biography of a monk from India who was a householder. He became monk in his later age. His name is Mahatma Ananda Swami Saraswati. When I read his biography, it is in Hindi, very interesting biography. After he became monk, he went to Tibet, Manasarovar, Kailash. He had a thought that I have heard there are many Himalayan yogis, those who have lots of yogic siddhis. So with this thought, he went to take rest in his tent. They were, I think, 12 people in the group. 11 people, they were mostly from Bengal, and 1 or 2 from South India. They were quite weak and tired. Luckily, he had his own tent. So when he was going to the tent, he saw some bright light. Somehow he felt somebody is calling him. And he was a little bit, isolated, solitary place, and also cold. Who will know him? So he came out. Then he found a monk, a yogi, standing little up. I had called him. Then there was conversation. The monk hugged him. So the monk told that you had the thought in you to see a yogi, so I came. Then he said, go and take rest. He came back and then he slept. It was not sleep. He was confused. Is it really somebody met, or it is hallucination or dream or hypnotism? What was going on? When he got up in the morning, he found, because the monk had completely no clothes, and he had ash in his whole body. So he saw in his body there is ash. So in the morning, when their guide came, so he asked, can you tell me some yogis living nearby? He said, one yogi lives, he's great, but very angry man. Can you take me there? He said, no, I have my own house, family. I will not go to him. You show me the path. He showed him to some distance, and then he said that there is the cave, you can go. He went. He had no fear, because you have to go to have satsang, some good company. You have no other motive. So when he went closer to the cave, because the guide has told, he throws stones out, screams. He doesn't want people there. So he went. Then he called him, Ananda Swami, come here. So why did you come? I went to you, you saw me. He said, I just want a little more time with you. Then he sat with him. There was nice conversation. He said, can you make me your disciple? He said, there's no need. You are on the right path. You continue your journey. You are doing good work, and you are helping people to go on right spiritual path. You continue. There is no need for you. He said, because there was more friendship and love. Then he said, is it true that one can travel, one can levitate, one can travel? Is it really true? I want to see. He said, you want to see? I don't want to show you, but for this travel is correct. I go to Bhutan to see my guru myself. But to get this siddhi, I had to practice 70 years. So I can show you. And he showed. He did some special pranayama. And physically, it is not just leaving the body going astrally. Physically, his body lifted up. He went up, and he's looking. The body is up. And then slowly he came down. You saw it. For you, there is no need of all these things. When he said, I have done 70 years only for... and then you can imagine how many years he must be living. When he came back, his guide, the local guide, you came back? Because he was really... This story I read in the recent weeks ago in Australia. So this, what I was going to tell, travel. It doesn't mean that you have to travel, you have to need shape, you have to need this, you have to need that. Not necessarily. Unfortunately, what has happened, especially during last few centuries, what has happened, human mind has become so materialistic, extrovert, and more towards sense pleasure, more fear, more insecurity, and mind has turned more away from God to the material world. This is during last couple of centuries. So what has happened? We are losing a lot of spiritual treasure. Knowledge is never lost, remember. Suppose Kriya Yoga, how old it is, but again it became revived through Babaji. So knowledge will not be lost, but our potentialities. Just simple example I am telling. Human memory. It is decreasing so fast nowadays because of these machines. For example, in my childhood, we were able to calculate with mind multiplication, arithmetic. We called as in arithmetic with mind. You have to. It is called as in Odia language. I don't know in English how to they tell. Manasa Anka, Manasanka. The teacher will ask verbally the question. You have to answer verbally. No use of pen and paper. Nothing. Mental math. She is talking of. And just like Vedic mathematics, which Gurudev Sannyas Guru, Bharati Krishna, he exhibited here in USA. He is the only Sankaracharya who came to West till now. And he went to many academic institutions just to speak of India's spiritual glory. Not only spiritual glory, he spoke about this. He taught Vedic mathematics. Amazing way to solve mathematical problems. Not with anything, no calculator, nowadays no computer, only with the mind. And he was using chalk and blackboard. Nowadays, our memory, why to remember, it is there. Another thing, what is happening nowadays, why to read? If you want to search something, you can get it quickly. Why to read the entire text? I remember myself when my Gurudev told me in 1994, 95 he told me. In 1995 he told me to write the book which we have, the Torah, Bible and Kriya Yoga. So when I was writing that book, all the biblical references, I have read the Bible, but to get the exact quote, exact reference, just using the head, using the book. It is not like now, if I want to love your neighbor, click it and you will find where it is. It's good, it's nothing wrong I am telling, but who is reading the whole Bible? From beginning to the end? We are not reading. So what is happening? Our intellectual growth also. I don't know who told, I read one article in the Reader's Digest, maybe 40 years ago. And in that article, it was written by few scientists, psychologists in West, I think some from US also. When television was in wide use during those days, later on, internet and all this came. They told use of television, in 1 decade, you will take back human mind and its efficiency 100 years back. It will take backward. What is happening? Nowadays, it is a very common thing. When I came to West, USA in 1995, 96, I was in a disciple's home. The wife is not going to the husband's room. And from the dining hall calling in Telugu, Bhojananike rendi. The meaning is food is ready. Come for food. Now, it is just you text. In same house, they're not talking. And this mobile telephone has affected human beings so much. Even on the stage, I see on the stage sadhus sitting. with mobile telephone. They want to be photographed, or they're chatting. The priest, while doing puja, and the mind is in the mobile telephone somewhere, and in between, where is devotion to the Lord? This mobile telephone. Oh God. This is what is happening to humanity. However, as I told you, the Vedic culture was prevalent in the whole world, and slowly it got shrinked. It was, no, you just think, before Christ, before Moses. If I tell before Moses, how could these people know to worship a calf? Because Aaron, when Moses went to Mount Sinai, and people are waiting for Moses to come, he's not coming back. They were, frustrated. They wanted to do prayer, to do puja. What Aaron did, he made a golden calf. I'm telling from the Torah. And they started worshipping. Forget whatever happened, the rest. But how did he know to worship golden calf? Is it not something closer to Lord Shiva, or closer to Indian culture, or Indian spirituality, or Indian religious belief? So, very simple thing. If you go before that, was there something in the name of, suppose we tell idolaters, idol worshippers, it is different issue, but there was something. What was there? Few years ago, one mother and the daughter from, I forgot from which country, from Eastern Europe, they came. Although there was in the middle time, the decades ago, there was more Christian communism. So there was Russian impact, the socialist bloc in Europe. But this mother and the daughter, from their family traditions, they worship fire. So it is still there, because they did it privately. So they visited India. Coincidental, they came to Valigai. We sat together and we are talking. What do they do? How did you know this? He said how their parents were doing. And so I was curious to see that it is something very closer to what we do in India. They were doing there. So Gurudev came. He came in the year 1974 to Europe, 1975 to. Before Gurudev is in the past. Before Gurudev, in our lineage, Paramahansa Yogananda came, 1920. It is 54 years, 55 years before Gurudev. He didn't come first time touching India. Before him, Swami Vivekananda came and many others. Did Vivekananda come? He was the first one. There is also, what is his name? I forgot. He came much before Vivekananda to Europe, and he was a very mysterious monk. There is a popular book. He left his body in Nepal, Shiva, something. So people have come. And it is my belief or my conviction, again, history will tell, or future will tell, when Jesus was there. Before Jesus, Buddhist monks were coming and going. In course of time, Hindu monks were became more, conservative. But the Buddhist monks were more liberal. They went everywhere. So India's culture, India's spirituality Even if you think only 100 years ago, do you know how far? The present India is like this. 100 years ago, India was much bigger than this. Pakistan was India, Bangladesh was India, Burma was India, Sri Lanka was India, Nepal was India, Tibet was India. All this was India. So now it's like this. And God knows next. But the thing is, when it was like this, I'm not talking of political India. Cultural, spiritual India is not India. It is universal. Indian culture, I'm telling, the Indian culture is telling, it is not that love your neighbor or love your enemy. The entire universe is, or entire world is one family. One who is telling he is mine and he is not mine, they are mean-minded, narrow-minded people. Ayam nija parova iti gananam laghuchetasam udara charitanam stu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. One who tells this is mine, this is not mine, this is narrowness of thinking. But those who are broad-minded, they consider whole earth is one family, whole entire world is one family. There is, not to which you do your practice all right. It doesn't matter. When the Persian, those who followed Zarathustra, when the Persian left Persia, Persia is present Iran, left Persia, came to India with their holy fire. It was during Islamic, the ruler in Gujarat told, you're welcome, stay here. Stay here, follow your practice, we will not interfere in your practice. You should not interfere in the faith of local people. Stay here, it is as your own. When you'll be surprised to hear Saint Thomas. Who is Saint Thomas? Among 12 principal apostles of Jesus, where did he live? He came to India, lived in India. His samadhi is in India. Samadhi is the tomb. He lived in India. He came to India. So sometimes I ask more in Europe, can you tell how old is Christianity in India? They said, Christianity, maybe it went with Europeans. I said, oh, Europeans came to India centuries ago. Christianity is as old as Jesus because his apostles. St. Thomas coming to India and living in India, and he had his followers. But they didn't convert. Anybody who loved going to the saint, sitting with, loved, they followed. But no conversion. How old is Judaism in India? Can anybody? Judaism in India, when Temple of Jerusalem was broken, and Jews were scattered here and there, they moved to India. In India, they stayed. You'll be surprised to hear within last 20, 30 years, when I was in West, a lost tribe of Israel were found in northeast part of India, living there, following their practice. When it was nowadays, somehow they traced it, and they were welcomed. You come back to Israel, and one of the oldest synagogues is in Kerala. It is not. I'm not telling stories. India is an interesting country. When I was new in the West, I told, if you go to India, there are two options, no third. The two options is either you love India or you'll hate India. There is no third. Why you will hate India? So crowded. Oh God, when once you reach the airport, you'll feel disgusted. Traffic, disgusted. The taxi driver, you'll think that he's driving crazy. And all this, one will tell, I have to go back. One will feel, if one is going for business or this will manage, okay, just a few days, I have to go back. No way, I don't like. But those who go to India, recently I was in Melbourne, and after the public talk, it was a nice public program. So people were coming to meet us, to see me, to tell hello. One elderly lady, she must be in her 70s or more. She came and she started speaking. I was expecting, because she's Australian, but expecting only English. Because she's not Indian origin. She started speaking in fluent Hindi. And I was shocked because I am not so fluent like her to speak in Hindi. She spoke so beautiful. Then she said, I love India. I love... There was an Indologist historian from Australia. His name is A.L. Vasam, who wrote the book, Wonder That Is India, something. This book, Wonder That Is India. In that book, he's telling how much I love he's addressing Indians, how much I love your country. However, when Gurudev came to West, for Gurudev, it was not an easy work. For example, I came to West because my Gurudev was there. So it was much easier because I am coming to see my Gurudev in West. But Gurudev came to West. Why? I remember in 1999, when I went back to India, staying really longer and longer for a few years in West, I went to the Himalayas. In Rishikesh, one very famous monk, he asked me, why do you go to West? You are a sadhaka, you are doing your sadhana, India is enough, why are you going to West? I answered, very simple thing, just to follow my Gurudev. He told me, okay, because many sadhus might be interested to come to West. So it was not me. For me, I was not interested to come to West. Why? What is there in reality? So when I told I came to follow my Gurudev, he was really surprised to hear this. Your Gurudev is alive? I said, yes. Where is he? He's in West. Then he kept quiet. The thing is, why did Gurudev come to? I came following my Gurudev physically. Gurudev came to West following his gurus. He didn't come. It was not his personal plan or agenda. He came because his gurus told. Two, Babaji told him to come, and Yukteswarji told him to come. And you will be surprised to hear, when Gurudev came to Europe, Yukteswarji told, go back to India again. There is some other work. Gurudev came with for a specific period of time. In 1974, Gurudev told, go back. In 1995, Gurudev told, do this. This is happening. Spiritual masters, their vision, their dream. And when we are sitting here, it is because of Gurudev. It is not because of me or you. To me, it is my firm conviction that we all are together. It is because of them. Not so. To follow them, to follow with love, to follow the path and to follow with sincerity. The technique of Kriya Yoga, it is really, if you practice it, you'll get it. But practice, don't expect overnight. Overnight this, but overnight you'll have some feeling, some experience, sure. But if you practice it regularly, in the words of Gurudev, with implicit faith, love, and loyalty. These three words he used: faith, love, and loyalty. With implicit faith, love, and loyalty. If you do it, you will get it. Today we came from, if I talk about this North and South Americas, Gurudev didn't come to USA first. He came to South America first. From South America, he came northward. And also he went to Canada. So I came from Australia straight to Canada. And from Canada, we had 2 programs in 2 cities, in Calgary and then Vancouver. Very beautiful programs, although it was weekdays. Still then it was very well organized, nice programs. Then we came to Seattle. We had Ashram's Foundation Day plus program there. And also we had nice program in spite of difficult weather. Today when I was flying, next to me was an, I'll not tell elderly, a really old mother. But she was very, and I was happy that she was not wasting her time. She was reading. I wanted to greet her when I sat because I didn't want to disturb her. She was reading so attentively. So when she stopped reading for a moment, I said, "Good morning." She smiled, said, "Good morning." Then we had nice talk. Then she said, she's coming to visit her daughter who is living in Colorado Springs. I asked, "Do you live in Seattle?" She said, "Seattle is a place to be visited, not to be lived." So, in spite of weather, but the program was nice. This morning we left, and this morning, when we come this way, we lose 1 hour. So this is Maya. This is losing, gaining, it's all Maya. But still then, then we went to the home of Srinidhi Baba. And from where the fire of Kriya Yoga in Denver started in 1996, 1995 is 1995. So 95 means 30 years. So from there we came here. And my habit, I have some old habit. My habit is after food nap. Oh God. When I came to my Gurudev, I found, oh, he takes after food nap. I was really delighted that as is the disciple, so is the Guru. As is the Guru, so is the disciple. So he took afternoon nap. So, however, we came to this program. I'm so happy to see all of you. And we'll spend 5 days here. And this time 5 days in every ashrams, and 2 days in different cities as a part of this 50th anniversary commemorative program. So how to give our love and gratitude to Gurudev. My question. Disciples come. Disciples come, they think, if we take this, he will be happy. If you take this, he will be happy. Do you know, I know my Gurudev to some extent. If I ask Gurudev, Baba, I want to come to Kolkata or to this to meditate at your home. Why to travel so long? Time, money, different place. I am with you, meditate at your home. So don't tell him. I know him. So you appear. When I appeared, I'm so happy. So I knew why to ask. I'm talking of Gurudev, not me. To me, if I'm different from my Gurudev, I'll tell you how I'm different. So he was, I'm so happy. If I went for 5 days, you'll tell, stay few days more. Why you are going? Stay few days more. So I'll tell the difference. Gurudev loved flowers. You can't imagine. He loved flowers. He loved garden. If you bring flowers, he will look at the flower. He will tell this flower, this flower. And I don't know how many of you have seen Gurudev in his room in Homestead and his room in Vienna, the ashram, rented ashram. You can't imagine how much flowers, how many vases? The flowers in his room? 20 or more vases of flowers, different flowers. And it was every day to take it out, to change water, to put, to how to take care of the flower. So his room was like a, flower shop or a flower. And through his glass window door, sliding door, looking at the flower, looking at the bird. So the contrast. When I came to West, I told, why do you cut this flower? I'm respecting my Gurudev, but I'm telling, the flower in the plant is beautiful. If you suppose bring flower, instead of bringing flower, you can suppose a flower. One flower, how much? This is my economic mind. With what you pay for one flower, one poor man can feed breakfast or lunch. It's better to feed a poor man than bringing a flower for me. You bring flower for Gurudev, fine. This is, so how to make Gurudev happy? Because we are commemorating to make Gurudev happy, do not. Gurudev, after lunch, he took nap. At night, after some time, he switched off. He goes to rest. But really, no. When Gurudev was physically active, after this, in between this nap time, he will get up. Suppose he went to take rest at 1 o'clock. Normally, 4 o'clock, people know he will open the door or people might come or some other work. But in between 1 and 4, 2:30, he will come out very quietly. He will open the door, nobody will know. So I'm telling, so he will go and he will look through the window, who is doing what. So I know what he does. Although I knew it is good to take a little nap, but very few minutes nap, then I get up, and because he's there. So I should spend maximum time with him whenever he needs. And the rest of the time, suppose he has taught something, he has so to look at the references, to look at the book. So I am sitting in the back of the temple of Sri Yukteswar. It's backside, completely boundary wall, temple, like this, very close to each other. So I smelled. Because Gurudev's body smells, beautiful smell. So when I turn my face, Gurudev is standing. Then he used to sit down. What are you reading? If I'm meditating, he'll sometimes touch my head a little. So if I'm reading something, he'll tell, read loud. Then after reading a passage, he'll say, close the book, meditate. Don't read too much. So night, he'll come out. I'm telling even in home state. So I know he will come. So when he'll come, I will slowly get up and we both will walk in the property when nobody is there. We'll both will walk, go here, there. So Gurudev loves those who really change their life. Really changing the life, he loves. Gurudev loves if we don't waste our time, he loves. Gurudev loves if we are really disciplined, he loves. Gurudev loves if we are sincere in our practice, he loves it. So these are few things I told what Gurudev loves. And if we really love Gurudev, there is one beautiful saying of Jesus, those who do not love me, they cannot obey my words. It is in the Bible somewhere. Those who do not love me, they cannot follow my words, obey my words. It is, I'm not telling the exact quote, but this thought is there. And if we really love the Gurus, we have to follow. That's no other way. And if we follow, it is the proof that we love. To obey his words. It is very simple. It is not too difficult. But our mind, our ego, our insecurity, our fear, our, Jesus told in the Bible many times, lack of faith, weak in faith, poor in faith. He told about faith a lot. This faith should not be blind. This faith should be faith in God. God is. So love God, pray to God, meditate nicely, be joyful, and God has given this opportunity, for example, to come to this area for 5 days. But these 5 days, whatever we learn or practice, to maintain it, to continue it for the rest of the time. By grace of God, we have got such beautiful ashram. I was thinking, when I'll come, because last year, I don't know in which month, there was the plan for the extension of the property. I was thinking that it must be done. I'll see the extension. So Denver is a place where things go a little slow. I know it. So much of dreams of. So I think it will not be slower. Next year it should be finished. I hope. But I was expecting this year. And some places they do amazing thing. You can't imagine how quick they do, and they do it. Can you imagine when Paramahansa Yoganandaji went to India in 1935 and he came back in 1936? He stayed not even 1 year, less than 1 year. During that period, exact time I don't remember. During that period, his disciples, they wanted to give him a gift. They wanted to give him a gift. Do you know what was the gift?
Encinitas
Ashram. Such beautiful. In the cliff. It's a breathtaking place. Such beautiful place. In how many months? And really, those who stayed with Yoganandaji, they loved him like anything. I remember somewhere I heard or read, I don't know, but it is in my mind, Mr. Lin, Rajarsi Janakananda. He was a blind believer. He was a householder. He was from, do you know from where? Kansas City. He was from Kansas City. He was a big person, socially, economically, all this. He was a big person. And his wife didn't like so much him going to Yoganandaji and trusting him so much. And so, however, he started staying with Yoganandaji. So Yoganandaji was a very good cook. And he used to cook spicy food. And he would send a bowl of spicy food to Rajarsi, John Kanonji. John Kanonji loves only boiled vegetable. But the Guru has given me, even if it's really, let me talk about spicy. Swami Vivekananda was in London. Those who are from India, they have a very typical taste. And especially from Bengal. Bengal delicacy, this is my understanding, very minute and delicate Bengali food. So Vivekananda sent somewhere, go and bring some chilies. And they went to bring chili, searching. They found only 2 chilies, hot chili. 2 chilies they got. And Vivekananda said, going for such a long time, you found only 2 chilies. It is like cucumber. Yesterday, we were taking lunch with everybody. We had a visiting Swami guest. So he's not like us, eat no salt, no spice. So they gave some chili, green chili to him. I asked him, is chili hot? He said, it's hot. I said, let me try. So I took 1 chili, I chewed the whole chili. Then thinking that it will not be so hot, he took another and he told, I took few times water. After, how did you eat this? However, Rajarsi Janakananda taking the bowl of food, spicy food, he had tear in his eyes, but he had love in his heart. Natural, because you are not used to this type of food, but my Guru has given. Eyes bringing tear, but so much, he will eat everything, pour water, clean it and drink it. He has cooked, he has sent me with so much of love. However, let us pray, meditate, be joyful, time is passing. If Srinidhi will tell 30 years, so we were in Calgary, so the center leader, I asked, where did you get initiated? Said, in Denver. Denver? Yes. So by whom? Srinidhi, Bhadrai Baba. She was initiated by Bhadrai Baba long ago. So the purpose of telling this, meditate, change your life, let your change bring change in others. Not that you'll have to tell you, come here. They will see the change in you. There is a little joke. The joke is, there was a shop which sold oil, hair oil. So one person went and he said, can you give me some good hair oil? He said, yes, this is very good brand, good this. He said, for what? It's good for hair. How did you know that it is good? I am using it every day. He said, really? He said, yes. He said, thank you, I don't need this oil. So what happened? Because you don't have any hair on your head. Similarly, if somebody will ask you, are you practicing Kriya? You say, yes. Since how many years? This. Oh, your behavior is so rude. You are like this. So what is? However, I'll tell another story. The story is, nowadays I'm not going to centers and joining initiation programs so much. Then it was in one of the centers. So before initiation, I was asking, how did you come? How did you know about Kriya Yoga? At that time, internet and all this was not there. Then the person said, it is because of my wife. I said, did she tell you to come here? He said, no. Then how did you come? No, she has been coming here and meditating for last some time. I was observing her very closely, and I found there is a big change in her. That is why I have come here. And the wife was sitting in the back. And then I looked at her, are you telling this to please her? Or to, because sometimes we appreciate, no, it is fact. That should be our life. This morning, a mother and the daughter came just to see us. So yesterday, mother, daughter, granddaughter, great-granddaughter. So four generations. So the mother, not the mother, the daughter, who was a police officer, and she came to Kriya. She got the benefit of Kriya, brought her daughter, brought her husband, brought her grandmother, brought her own mother. Like this, the little great-granddaughter is little. See the benefit, feel the benefit, and let others. Thank you all. Let us close our eyes for a moment. With deep love, let us think of God and Gurudev. Let us pray to God and Gurudev to give us an understanding heart, inner strength, discipline, faith, devotion. Let us pray to God and Gurudev. We'll cultivate love in our mind and heart. Faith, we'll practice what we have learned. Help us to be a better person. I bow to God. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to my beloved Gurudev. I bow to all of you and the entire creation. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. Let all be happy. Sarve santu niramayaha. Let all be healthy. Sarve bhadrani pasyantu. Let all be noble. Ma kaschit dukkha bhak bhavet. Let there be no suffering, misery anywhere. I bow to you all. Good evening. Thank you all.